Hey y'all, today is just gonna be me. I wanted to come and just cover ovulation predictor kits, just because I had a little bit of an issue and I thought that some people might find my experience valuable to them along their journey. Um, I don't know if you all watched the previous video, but I was trying to remember the three things that the nurse midwife told me to do in order to track my fertility, and I couldn't think of the third thing, and then it finally dawned on me that it was the ovulation predictor kits, because you have to be able to detect your ovulation, because if you don't, you won't know when to inseminate, and then you're just wasting vials of sperm. Anyway, I just had a really hard time. Okay, so let me show y'all. So last month was the first month. Last month was the first month that I actually started testing to see when I would ovulate, and I bought these off of Amazon. So they're clinical guard, and it was like a pack of 50, if I'm not mistaken, a pack of 50, and it was on like $12. And I had seen somebody else post a review on them saying that they worked well for them and had gotten good results. And I want to say that maybe she had even conceived using these. However, I had a really hard time because if you've ever, let me just take it out real quick. You see this? So like if you ever use these kind of testing strips, sometimes you most of the time I guess you'll get two lines, and what actually signifies or indicates a positive is when both of the lines are like both really dark, so like same intensity when you're reading them. So I was testing in January, and I had started testing on cycle day 11 just because my cycles are generally like 28 days. You can like tell like the days of the month based on my cycle. Like that's how regular it was. And I got to January and I started testing. And once again, I just felt like I was having a really difficult time indicating like what a positive actually was. So I'm just going to show you. So this is like a incomplete chart from January. But let's see. So it was cycle day 13. And I feel like now, let's see, where are you? Right here. So right now it's pretty clear. I feel like the light is not really doing it justice for like how dark this second line actually is. So this is when I thought that I was like had gotten my positive, but I wasn't sure. So as you could tell from looking at it, like I kept testing, and then it was not until cycle day 16 where I got two really clear like dark lines. I'm like, okay, so that has to be a positive. So after me and Tig, well, not even after, while me and Tig were in our preconception appointment last month, I was kind of showing that information to the nurse midwife, and she was saying that January was probably an ovulatory month for me, based on like the readings that we got off the OPKs, and because my cycle was so long, like it was longer than normal. Like it was a mess. I'm like, if I don't start my period soon, somebody's gonna die. And not literally, but that's just how fucked up my hormones were. And it could be because we had went on vacation the month before to Houston to see Tig's dad, and I had tried to kind of start doing it then. That way I would get in the habit of actually taking my temperature every morning, doing my cervical mucus, and the only thing I didn't have was the OPKs. But anyway, so yeah, we're thinking January was an anovulatory month. So then we get to February. Let me tell y'all, the struggle was real for me, and everybody might not have the same experience. This is my experience, but I just wanted to share it. So the nurse midwife told me to start testing, I think she said cycle day 9. I did not. I started a day after. So when I started testing, I'm like, damn, like, did I miss the date? Because if you see here, so for my cycle day 10, it's like light and it stays like pretty light. So I'm like, fuck, like, did I miss it? Or like, are the strips like really just not working? Like, I'm really having a really hard time interpreting them. So we got to cycle day 16, which I'm like, okay, that was the same day that I actually ended up ovulating last cycle. So cycle day 16, which was February 23rd, I got these. So I tested in the morning. Shit, I wish I could see. So I tested in the morning here, and you can see that like this line is pretty dark. This one not so much, but a little. And then in the nighttime of the 23rd, there's two lines and they're both pretty dark. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is my positive. Well, once again, not sure. So I went to Walgreens and actually ended up buying the Walgreens brand of a digital OPK. And then when I tested with that, it came back saying no also. So I'm like, okay, something's not right. This clearly looks like a positive to me. The digital one is saying no. So either I don't know really and truly how to read these, or, well, and I guess really the digital OPK is messed up and it's Walgreens brand. So what did I do? I took it back. So just for the record, they will give you your money back. I'm like, yes, I used two of the testing strips, but I feel like it's wrong. So I need my money back. So that was kind of discouraging. And I'm like, the last thing that I need is to start getting stressed out about trying to track my ovulation. Because you can get stressed out and then that hinders conception. So I decided, what was it, Saturday morning, I tested again, and then boom. I tested using the clinical guard strips, and this one is right here. This is like clear as day, a positive to me. And the other thing that kind of indicated that to me is when I dipped it, I got both lines like really quickly. Like whereas the day, like so the 23rd, I had to wait a second, like longer than 5 minutes to get the line to be that dark. So I told Tig, I was like, you know what, screw it. When you drop me off at work, I'm just gonna walk to Rite Aid on my break, and I'm gonna go buy the clear blue digital one just to take away all the uncertainty. Like I have enough going on, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. So I went to Rite Aid, and let me tell y'all, I'm frugal as ever. So when I went in there and saw that a month's supply was $46.99, it almost broke my heart. Like, I'm like, really? $47 to pee on this stick and toss it in the trash. Like, I feel like they're capitalizing on people trying to family plan, but whatever. That's a whole nother video. I bought it because this is going to take away the uncertainty. So, mind you, once again, I felt like yesterday's morning test was a clear positive. So, as soon as I got this, I walked back to work, went to the bathroom, peed on the stick, waited the 5 minutes, and let's see, can you see it? Voila. We got a smiley face. Yeah. So the smiley face indicates that you should be ovulating within 24 to 48 hours. And it's a solid smiley face. So had it been flashing, that would have meant that, you know, I was at my highest fertility, and the solid means at your peak. So with the highest, it means, okay, start having sex or start inseminating because you're going to ovulate, you know, within the next couple of days. And that's like, it kind of made me feel like the Walgreens brand was off too, because if this one, I'm pretty sure if I would have tested with this one, it would have been a blinking smiley face. Whereas the Walgreens brand gave me a no. Like, so if I would have been dependent on that, like for a session where we were actually going to inseminate, you could have fucked off my insemination. So yeah, that was just too much. And then I kind of talked to Tig about it, and she was saying that now looking back at the clinical guard test strips, that what I have posted to my paper here actually makes sense. Like the lines gradually start to get darker, which means that, you know, the luteinizing hormone is starting, you know, to heighten. So I don't know. I don't care for them. But I'm thinking what I might do from this point on is, because we're actually planning to inseminate in May. So I still have a pretty hefty supply of the clinical guard. So I'm thinking what I might do is use the clinical guards to start testing early. And then as the lines start getting darker, then convert over to using the clear blue. Because once again, you only get 10 in a pack. And you can't buy the little, I wouldn't dare open one of those and waste it, but you can't buy these separately to even just use the, I don't know, what is this? I don't know, the thing that tells you, that has a display window that tells you what's going on. You can't even reuse that. So I think the cheapest alternative will be to use the cheapy ones until I start seeing darker lines, and then start using the clear blue, and it can tell me like whether it's high or if I'm at my peak. I just think that will be the best course of action from this point on. But I just wanted to share that little bit of information just because, once again, like, it was really hard for me to interpret the results from the clinical guard OPKs versus the clear blue. I think the money was well spent, but Lord have mercy, like $46, like $47, like I don't know how many other things I could have did with $47, but it hurt me. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Tig is in the living room. I might be able to, I don't know if she'll come in here and say hi. Let's see. Babe! Vicky! Vicky! That's like the only thing she understands in Spanish. I don't even know why I say it in Spanish. She's coming though. I think. She's coming. She was eating Captain Crunch. You want to say hi?
You going right now?
Yeah.
Oh, my hair flying.
Shoot. It's okay. I love you anyway.
I know.
Yeah. It's time for a haircut though.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So this is the end of the video. I just called you in here to see if you wanted to say hi.
Oh, hi. Hi and bye.
Hi. Hi and bye. Yeah. What was you watching? What's the name?
Wild tuna.
Wild tuna. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know I called it hot tuna.
Hot tuna. It's a boat.
Hot tuna. Oh, I call it big tuna too. Get out. Get out. So we about to go grocery shopping. She don't want to go.
I don't.
It's snowing. It's raining. It's 42 degrees outside. Like, what the fuck is it doing snowing? Anyway, that is Portland weather for you. Sunny, raining, snowing, all in the same 24 hours. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions, please comment in the box below. I know that it might be a couple of years before somebody actually does it, seeing as how we're just starting off, but I will do my best to be here for any questions or clarification that you might need. Peace.